Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Another small stone building the roads to free Palestine completely, inshallah. As you know, Palestinian people suffering from a Holocaust for more than 100 years, since this unfortunate Balfour Declaration that put the foundation of the occupation of Palestine and ethnic cleansing of 1.3 million Palestinians. Palestinians lived for this land for thousands of years. They welcomed Jews and Christians. Palestinians are kind, friendly people. Palestinians, whoever knows Palestinians, been amazed from their hospitality, kindness, friendship. Unbelievable what they went through. They went through a lot. In the beginning of 121, Mr. Arthur Rupin have said, in order to create a Zionist entity in Palestine, you have to ethnic cleansing the Palestinians. 1937, the Zionist infidel dog Ben-Gurion have sent a letter to his son. In order to create an entity, we must ethnic cleanse the indigenous Palestinian people. Palestinian people has been what opened the door for Jews at the time of Al-Khalif Omar ibn Khattab, at the time of Al-Khalif Sultan al-Nasr Yusuf Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, in the time of Sultan Salim and Abdin Zayd. Palestinians always welcome Jews as long as they have no national Zionist aspirations. We, the Palestinian Jews, part of this great Palestinian national nation. There is no right for the Zionist state to control not even an inch from Palestine. We demand, first of all, before we talk about Gaza, the complete return of 7 million Palestinians, which are the descendants of 1.3 million Palestinians that were so viciously and brutally were expelled from their land. From Ein Zaytun in northwest Palestine, to Rashrash, the port city in the Red Sea. Where is my brother who expelled from? Where is your grandfather expelled from? Akka, it's a beautiful Arab city. And he's going to go back, not to Haifa, not to Safat, to Akka. His grandparents, has been expelled from their homes. And he knows where is his home. And he wants to come back to his home. And he will take me back, inshallah. He will rent me a room. I will live, inshallah. I will receive a Palestinian passport. I'll be loyal to the Palestinian government. I'll be loyal to the Palestinian people. Inshallah, the right to freedom must be implemented. That's a real peace. The dismantling of the Zionist entity, Jews, Christians, and Muslims who believe their brothers under one Palestinian flag. Now, my dear friends, the Gaza Holocaust. There's no Gaza city anymore. There's a Gaza concentration camp. Gaza is like Auschwitz. 2 million Palestinians. After the murder of more than 200,000 Palestinians with bombs, sicknesses and starvation. Still yet the starvation and the genocide goes on to the last second. Now, no clean water, no blankets, no homes, no tents, no hospitals. As my dear sister has said, 36 hospitals been bombed, partially or completely destroyed. 150 GP medical centers completely wiped out. 1,000 mosques has been wiped out, including the Masjid al-Omar in Khan Yunis, which was built by the Khalifa Omar himself. Yeah, all the museums have been wiped out. Why? Because they don't want to see any Palestinian identity. They don't want to hear about Palestinian people. That's why it's not enough to destroy buildings and structures. They destroying the sewer pipes, infrastructure, police stations, fire brigade stations, hospitals, education centers, hundreds of schools, hundreds of schools, colleges, universities has been wiped out. They trying to wipe out the Palestinian identity, but it's not going to help them. The Palestinian people have survived the Nakba from 48. They survived the Nakba of 67, which no one talks about. 300,000 Palestinians been thrown out. from the West Bank. Qalqilia, 70% of the city of Qalqilia was wiped out. People talk about Bir Yassin. No one talks about Ain Zaytun. 350 Palestinians were burned and blew up and burned completely. No one talks about it. Whoever talks about Tantura, 500 Palestinians. But now we're talking about the genocide in Gaza. We must break the siege on Gaza. We must create a flotilla, Sumud flotilla, not from 50 boats, from 1,000 boats. 1,000 boats that are going to be escorted by Muslim and Christians war boats. We must break this fascist siege on Gaza and bring clean water, food, clothing, everything for the suffering, starving people of Gaza. We're not going to let you Gaza alone. We're not going to let the West Bank alone. Since the Six-Day War, 3 million trees in the West Bank has been uprooted. 70,000 structures in the West Bank have been destroyed. The Holocaust in the West Bank just started. And they said, we finished with Gaza, we started now with the West Bank. But Allah will finish them off. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Jews are supporting the struggle of the Palestinians to free Palestine from the river to the sea, and the genocide and the ethnic cleansing, secure coming back of these painful Palestinians that are suffering for 80 years already. They're going to come back and plant what the Shajarat al-Zaytun wal-Tin. They're going to plant the olive oil, the olive trees, the orchards which they lost. Everything will come back to them. And yes, they're going to host Jews and Christians like brothers. Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free, inshallah. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Thank you so much.